Hello everyone, this side Mayank Jhunjhunwala from IIT Kanpur. So in this session we will discuss straight lines from mathematics. So let's start. So starting with a very basic point, what is a straight line? A straight line is nothing but a line whose slope is constant and is just a line with no curves that extends to both sides of infinity. It's known as straight line और मतलब उसकी जनरल इक्वेशन y इक्वल टू mx प्लस c टाइप की होती है. One second. सो ए एक्स प्लस बी वाई प्लस इक्वल जीरो इज जनरल इक्वेशन ऑफ अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. फिर जब हम लोग उसको स्लोप फॉर्म में लिखते हैं, इन स्लोप फॉर्म वाई इज इक्वल टू एम एक्स प्लस सी, जहाँ पे जो इसका एम होता है ये होता है स्लोप, दिस थिंग इज स्लोप, एंड सी इज द इंटरसेप्ट. सी होता है इंटरसेप्ट. ठीक. तो ये होता है मेरी जनरल स्ट्रेट लाइन की इक्वेशन. फिर जो स्लोप होता है वो tan थीटा होता है, एम इज इक्वल टू tan थीटा, और tan थीटा को मैं बोलता हूँ स्लोप ऑफ द स्ट्रेट लाइन, जो होता है मेरा tan थीटा. और ये पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है. ऑल थिंग डिपेंड्स. पॉजिटिव होगा तो tan थीटा ऐसा होगा, नेगेटिव होगा तो स्लोप लाइन कुछ ऐसी होगी. ठीक है. सॉरी. कमिंग ऑन टू इंटरसेप्ट फॉर्म. इंटरसेप्ट फॉर्म में क्या होता है? इंटरसेप्ट फॉर्म में लेट्स से माय एक्सिस इज दिस थिंग, दे आर माय एक्सिस, एंड माय स्ट्रेट लाइन इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. सो दिस पॉइंट इज नोन एज 0 comma b, and this thing is known as a comma 0. ठीक है. सो ये चीज है. और इसमें क्या चीज है? इसमें वन देयर इज वन मोर थिंग. एक्स बाई ए प्लस वाई बाई बी इक्वल टू वन. सो हेयर ए इज द एक्स इंटरसेप्ट एंड बी इज द वाई इंटरसेप्ट, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज रिटन हियर. मतलब जिस पॉइंट्स पे इट इज इंटरसेक्टिंग विद वाई एक्सिस इट इज नोन एज वाई इंटरसेप्ट, एंड एट द पॉइंट वेयर इट इज इंटरसेप्टिंग एक्स एक्सिस इट इज नोन एज द एक्स इंटरसेप्ट. सो बेसिकली ए हो जाएगा एक्स इंटरसेप्ट एंड बी हो जाएगा वाई इंटरसेप्ट. सो एक्स बाई ए प्लस वाई बाई बी इक्वल टू वन. सो एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट ऑफ पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन इज नोन एज एक्स इंटरसेप्ट, एंड वाई coordinate of point of intersection with y-axis known as the y-intercept. So ये भी एक equation of line का form है, x by a plus y by b equal to 1. Okay. Then अब इसमें line का एक और form आता है, मतलब form तो यही है but इसमें थोड़ा changes हैं. Let's say these are my axis and this is my straight line. So from origin to this line, if I will draw perpendicular, so the length of this perpendicular is called as p, and this angle alpha, this angle is known as alpha. So line की equation का there is one more form where we say x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p, where alpha is this angle, the angle made by the line which is perpendicular to the straight line from origin. So this angle is equal to alpha. So x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p, which is the distance between the origin and the straight line. This is also a form of equation of line. So please remember all these forms, because certain questions में कौन सा form कहाँ पे easy पड़ जाए we don't know. That's why we have to remember each and every form. Coming on to point form, y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1. This is the very basic form जहाँ पे मैं slope को ऐसे define करता हूँ. Slope is nothing but y2 minus y1 as अगले, which is written in the next form also. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is the slope. ये मेरा स्लोप है. और बेसिकली क्या होता है, मान लो ये मेरी कोई स्ट्रेट लाइन है, यहाँ पे मेरे को कोई पॉइंट दिया हुआ है x2 y2, and here I am given a point x1 y1. सो यहाँ से मैं लिखता हूँ स्लोप जो होता है मेरा y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So that it is written here, and y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 multiplied by x minus x1. This is the point slope form or 2-point form. You can say it anything. Okay. Moving ahead, coming on to relation between two lines. So दो lines है, they can be parallel, they can be intersecting, and they can be coincident. Parallel in the sense these are parallel lines, these are intersecting lines, and these are coincident lines. A line on the same line is known as a coincident line. Okay. So for parallel lines, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. This is the condition for being parallel. for intersecting a1 by a2 should not be equal to b1 by b2, and for coincident each and every ratio should be same. मतलब a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 should be equal to c1 by c2. This is the condition for coincident lines, and this is the condition for coincident lines, and this is the condition for intersecting lines. For parallel lines, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. Okay, so these are the relation between two lines. Moving ahead, coming on to angle between two straight lines. So angle is nothing but tan theta, and tan theta is equal to दो लाइंस के बीच का जो एंगल होगा वो होता है tan theta, and tan theta is equal to mod of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. So this is the angle between two lines. And why I'm taking mod? Because I want acute angle, and that's why I'm taking mod. So taking, if I only want theta, I will take tan that side. So I will get tan inverse of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. That is nothing but m1 minus m2 and m2 minus m1, because we are doing mod, so it doesn't matter. Now from here two cases arise. If m1 is equal to m2, we will get tan inverse 0, which is equal to 0. मतलब m1 और m2 बराबर है, which means दोनों का slope बराबर है. So if slope is equal, sorry, so the lines are parallel, which means my lines are something like this only. My lines are parallel, which means slopes are equal. So if tan theta is coming to be 0, which means slopes are equal, so lines are parallel. And if m1 m2 is coming to be -1, so I will get tan theta equal to 90 degree. Tan theta equal to 90 degree means theta equal to 90 degree means both lines are perpendicular to each other. So m1 m2 equal to -1 implies lines are perpendicular, and m1 m2 equal to m1 equal to m2 implies lines are parallel. Okay, so we are just using the tan formula to guess all these results. Okay, coming on to next concept, concept of length of perpendicular from a point on a line. So let's say this is my point x1 y1, and this is my line ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So जो मेरी length of perpendicular आता है L, उसका simple सा formula है ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. अब here what is x1 y1? You have to just replace this equation x and y with the point given to you. So just if the point is given, if let's say line equation is 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal to 0, so here it would be 2 times x1 plus 3 times y1 plus 4 divided by root of 2 square plus 3 square. And x1 y1 may be 2 3 2 4 anything. 2 3 x1 y1 can be anything. So x1 y1 represents the point, and ax plus by plus c equal to 0 represents the line from which distance is to be measured. So this is the formula for distance. In 3D, nothing happens. Here comes cz1 plus d, and the denominator it will be plus c square. So that is, there is nothing to change, just an extension of this formula in 3D. So this is one thing. And for calculating this foot of perpendicular, this is, let's say b. So the formula of this is, let's say if this point is x comma y, b is x comma y, then x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to minus times this thing only. So this is for calculating the foot of perpendicular. So these are basic formulas only. And for calculating the mirror image, just for mirror image, we know the distance will be doubled, because mirror image point will be something here. So this distance will be doubled. So nothing will change. Just a 2 will be multiplied in this ax1 plus by1 plus c. So these three formulas are very, very important, because frequently questions are asked on these formulas. They will ask you to calculate the mirror image point or the point of intersection of the two perpendicular lines. So you have to use these two formulas. So if you will remember one also, then second can be easily remembered, since there is only a difference of multiplication of two. The rest is same. Okay. So going ahead, coming on to angle bisector. Let's say these are my two lines, and I want the angle bisector equation. Angle bisector implies both the angles are equal. So if this is theta, sorry, if this is theta, then this angle is also theta. Okay, so both the angles are theta only. So theta मेरा हो जाएगा दोनों angles basically angle bisector, so both the angles will be equal, so theta and theta. So an angle bisector has an has an equal perpendicular distance on the two given lines, which means this distance, मैं एंगल बाइसेक्टर पे कोई भी पॉइंट ले लूं और उसे दो लाइंस पे परपेंडिकुलर बनाऊं, मतलब दिस डिस्टेंस एंड दिस डिस्टेंस both will be perpendicular, मतलब perpendicular नहीं, both will be equal. Basically what I am trying to say is if you take any point on the angle bisector, then the distance of that point from the given two lines will be same if the point is lies on angular bisector. So from that point only I am taking the equation of this angular bisector. Let's say this point is x comma y. So distance of this point from this line would be a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 divided by root of a1 square plus b1 square. This distance would be equal to this distance, which is a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 upon root of v2 square plus b2 square. Y plus minus because I can even take this distance and this distance. In that case, this would be my angle bisector. So for taking both the things, I am taking plus minus here. So basically, angle bisector is nothing but the angle bisector is the point on the line from which distance between both the lines would be same. Okay, going on to family of lines. So in family of lines, so for family of lines, what I will say L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0, where L1 and L2 are two lines, and why we include lambda for the family of lines. So basically ये क्या होता है, मेरे को दो लाइन की इक्वेशन दी रहेंगी, and I from those two equation of lines I have been as the family of lines. So that is nothing but L1 plus lambda L2 equals 0. This is L1, this is L2. So L1 plus lambda L2 equals 0. This will give me every line that will be belonging to this family. Okay, so this is the concept of family of lines, but this is not of much use in this straight lines chapter. This we will study in coordinate geometry. But moving ahead, concurrency of three lines. There is a concept of concurrency of three lines where which means if those three lines pass through a same point or not. So for that, the determinant of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, and c1, c2, c3 should be equal to 0, where a1, b1, and c1, a2, b2, c2, and a3, b3, c3 are the coefficients of x, y, and 1. So if the determinant is 0, then only we can say that these three lines are the three lines of my that the given three lines are concurrent, otherwise they are not. Okay, so this was the concept of family of lines. Going ahead, so okay, so now let's start with some questions. From questions you will get to know the concept better. So let's start with the very first question. Find the find the find the equation of straight line which passes to the point minus 5 comma 4. Point is given to me as minus 5 comma 4, and is such that the portion of it between the axis. Okay, matlab, if these are my axes and the portion of it between the axis means this portion from here to here is divided by the given point, matlab, let's say वो point का यहाँ पे होगा minus 5 comma 4 in the ratio 1:2, मतलब ये 1:2 है, ठीक है. So basically सबसे पहले तो मैं इसको इंटरसेप्ट फॉर्म में लिखूंगा x by a plus y by b equal to 1, एंड पॉइंट p यहाँ पे मैं अगर मैं कोई पॉइंट में p बोलूँ, सो पॉइंट p इज नथिंग बट ये चीज क्या हो जाएगा, ये चीज हो जाएगा a comma 0 एंड ये हो जाएगा 0 comma b. तो यहाँ से मैं सेक्शन फॉर्मूला यूज करके पॉइंट p लिख सकता हूँ. p इज नथिंग बट a इंटू टू, मतलब ये 1:2 है ना, तो बेसिकली x एक्सिस से 1 होगा और y एक्सिस से 2 होगा. So a into 2 plus 1 into 0 divided by 2 plus 1. This would be my x, and 2 into 0 plus 1 into b upon 2 plus 1. This should be my y. And x and y are given to me as minus 5 comma 4. So I will put minus 5 equal to 2a by 3 and 4 equal to b by 3. From there I will get my a and b. So getting a and b, that's what I wanted. So x by a plus y by b equal to 1. That is my final answer. So that's why I told you that you should remember each and every form of equation, because you don't know at what point what form of equation will be in use. So मैंने क्या किया इस क्वेश्चन में, बेसिकली आई टुक द इंटरसेप्ट फॉर्म ऑफ माय इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन x upon a plus y upon b equal to 1. From that, I use the quotient p as using section formula. I call this point 0 comma b, this point a comma 0. From there, I calculate b by using m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2, comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. From there, I calculated x1 y1. x1 is equal to -5, y1 is equal to 4. I put it equal to that, and from there, I got the value of a and b. That's what I wanted for the straight line equation. So my answer would be x upon -15 by 2 plus y upon 12 equal to 1. Got it? So let's move on to next question. Find the equation of straight line. Find the equation of straight line which passes through the point 1 comma 2 and makes an angle theta with positive direction of x-axis. मतलब मेरे को क्या बोला गया है? I am again given, let's say these are my axes, and they're saying the point passes through 1 comma 2 and makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis such that cos theta negative है. Cos theta negative है मतलब that is something like this, and it passes through some point 1 comma 2. Okay, so cos theta is negative. From there I can easily calculate tan theta. So tan theta कितना आ जाएगा? Tan theta is equal to, this is nothing but b by h, and tan theta is p by b. So it is equal to 1, and p is equal to root 3 square minus 1, that is equal to root 8. So tan theta is equal to root 8, but since cos theta is negative, so tan theta will also be negative, because we know that in second quadrant only sign is positive. Add sugar to coffee, if you remember this mnemonic. So here all are positive, here only sign is positive. So cos lies in this quadrant, so tan is also in this quadrant, so tan will also be negative. So tan theta equal to minus root 8. We got the slope. We have 1 point, so we can easily use a 1 point slope form to get my answer, which is y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1, where y1 is 2, x1 is 1, and m we calculated as minus root 8 because m is nothing but tan theta. I told you many times, slope of the line is measured using tan theta. So tan theta we have calculated as minus root 8. So y minus y1, y minus 2 equal to minus root 8 times x minus 1. From there I got my final answer as root 8x plus y minus root 8 minus 2 equal to 0. This is my final answer to this question. Okay. I hope you got it. So moving ahead to question number 3. In this question, what it is saying, it is saying find the equation of line joining the points -1 comma 3 and 4 comma minus 2. Again, a simple question. This can easily be solved using 2-point form or slope form. 2-point form या फिर slope form किसी से मैं solve कर सकता हूँ. So this was my 2-point form where my y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1, and m is nothing but y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So y2 is 4 here, y1 is 3, y2 is 4, x1 is -1, and x2 is 4. Okay, so from there I calculated my equation of line and I got it to be equal to x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. Simple. Similarly, we can easily calculate these two equations also. 2 points is given to me and here line is given to me. So from line I will convert it into the form y equal to mx plus c. So here it would be y equal to 3 by 4x plus 3 by 4. Okay, so comparing it with this equation, I am getting m equal to 3 by 4. So tan theta is equal to 3 by 4 and intercept is equal to 3 by 4 also. Okay, so in this way these two questions can be done. So now moving on to some more nice questions. The angle of the line positive direction of the x-axis theta, मतलब मेरे को angle दिया हुआ है. The line is rotated about the same point on it and in an anti-clockwise direction by an angle of 45 degree. Means, let's say this was my axis and this was my initial line. Now my line is rotated through an angle 45 degree. So basically, If this is theta, so it is rotated anti-clockwise, means in this sense by 45 degrees. Okay. So, and the slope becomes 3. Final slope, M final, is equal to tan theta is equal to 3. So I have to find the angle theta. So again, let's say these are two lines, and angle between two lines is given. So I just told you the angle between two lines formula, which is tan theta equal to mod of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. This was the formula for angle between two lines, and we know that this is 45 degree. I know final m, मतलब मेरे को इसका m पता है. This is m2, let's say, and this is m1. So I know m2 equal to m final, which is equal to 3. From there, I can easily calculate the value of m using tan 45 equal to 3 minus m upon 1 plus 3m. So from there, I got the value of m. And m is nothing but the slope of this line. And slope of this line, m1, is nothing but this thing is equal to tan theta only. So m1 we got is half. We put it equal to tan theta. So theta is nothing but tan inverse of half. Okay. So I hope you got it. This was simple. You have to just use this equation of angle between two lines. From there, you calculate the value of angle, and that is equal to tan theta. From there, you got theta equal to tan inverse of half. Simple. Moving ahead to question number 6. If the line 3x minus alpha minus ay minus 1 equal to 0 is parallel to the line a plus 2x minus y plus 3 equal to 0, then the value of a is what? मैंने अभी आपको बताया था, in case of parallel, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. This is the condition of lines being parallel. So here a is 3. So 3 divided by a2 is a plus 2. A plus 2. I am comparing it with the general form of equation. Ax plus by plus c equal to 0. I am comparing with this form. So 3 upon a plus 2 is equal to b1 upon b2. b1 is minus a upon b2 is minus 1. So from here I got 3 is equal to a square plus 2a. So basically a square plus 2a minus 3 equal to 0. From there I got a minus 1a plus 3 equal to 0. So a is either equal to 1 or minus 3. Both the values are acceptable. Okay. ठीक है, तो both the values are acceptable. Moving on to next question. Moving on to next question. Question number 7. So in question number 7, what they're saying find the value of x for which the points are collinear. So what is the meaning of collinear? Collinear means they lie on the same line. Collinear means they lie on the same line. So one point is here, one point is here, and one point is here. So if they lie on the same line, so when we calculate the slope using 2 points, y2 minus 5 upon x2 minus x1, that should be same for both, because all these 3 points are lying on the same line. So I use the same formula. Let's say y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This thing should be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So I made the slopes to be, I equated the slopes basically. From there I got the value of x to be equal to 1. So concept of collinear is simple. Collinear just means that all the 3 points lie on the same line, and for solving collinear points, you have to just equate the slopes, nothing else. Okay. So again, fairly simple question. Moving on to next one. Okay, question number 8 now. So what's there in question number 8? the slope of a line is double the slope of another line. मतलब मेरे को बोला गया है कि let's say one line slope is m1, so that thing is equal to 2 times slope of another line. Okay, and the tangent of the angle between them is 1/3. मतलब उन दोनों के बीच में जो एंगल है tan थीटा, that is equal to 1/3. तो सिंपल है, मेरे को ये वाला फॉर्मूला यूज करना है. tan theta is equal to m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. tan theta is given to me, so I will put m1 equal to m and m2 equal to 2m, or whatever I want, because we are just using the mod only. So I got 1/3 equal to mod of minus m upon 1 plus 2m square. So basically this is my final equation. So for one time I will open mod for positive thing, and for one time I will open it for negative thing. So from there I am getting four values of slope, -2, -1, 2 and 1. So these are the slope of my lines basically. ठीक है. So इसको मैं चाहे यहाँ पर मैं ऐसा भी कर सकता हूँ, या फिर I can open it here also. For one time I will open it using plus only, so I will get 1/3 equal to minus m upon 1 plus 2m square, and second time I will open it with negative sign, so 1/3 equal to m upon 1 plus 1 plus 2m square. Okay, so from here I will get two values of m, from here I will get two values of m, and I will get them as -2, -1, 2 and 1. Okay, moving on to question number 9. Find the equation of line parallel to the line, find the equation of line parallel to the line 3x minus 4y plus 2 equal to 0. ओके, मतलब मेरे को एक लाइन दी हुई है और मेरे को दूसरी लाइन की इक्वेशन बतानी है, लेकिन मेरे को बोला गया कि पैरेलल है. पैरेलल का मतलब क्या होता है? आई टोल्ड यू पैरेलल मींस स्लोप आर इक्वल, व्हिच मींस m1 is equal to m2. So both the slopes are equal. So for calculating the slope of this line, I will write it in the form of y equal to mx plus c, y equal to mx plus c. Okay, so how can I write it? It would be m is equal to 3/4 x plus 2/4. So from here I am getting m to be equal to 3/4. So m1 equal to m2 equal to 3/4. So I have the slope, I have 1 point, so I can use 1 point slope form, which is y minus y1. y1 is 3 equal to m times m is 3/4 equal to m times x minus x1. x1 is given to me as -2. So minus of -2 will be +2. So this is my line, multiplying 4y minus 12 is equal to 3x plus 6. So from here I am getting my final answer to be 3x minus 4y plus 18 equal to 0. ठीक है. Forget this method. This is, मतलब, you don't need this one. You can simply use 1 point slope form. From there also you will get the same answer. Coming on to next question, find the coordinates of foot of perpendicular from the point -1, 3 on the line this thing. So it is a simple formula based question. मैंने आपको बताया था foot of perpendicular कैसे निकालते हैं. उसका सिंपल फॉर्मूला भी था, बट अगर आपको फॉर्मूला याद नहीं है, देन यू कैन डू इट द नेक्स्ट वे ऑल्सो, विच इज वॉट. मेरे को क्या बोला गया? मेरे को बोला गया है कि दिस लाइन इज परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस लाइन. सो अगर मैं इसका स्लोप निकाल के, मेरे को पता है जो परपेंडिकुलर केस में होता है, इन केस ऑफ परपेंडिकुलर m1 m2 इज इक्वल टू -1. Okay, this is the formula. I know the slope of this line. I can calculate it using the equation of line. So I will calculate m2. If I will know m2, then I can simply use y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 to calculate the point. Simple. So let's say this point is a comma b. So I calculate the slope using y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So m1 is equal to this, and the slope of this line is 3/4, and we know m1 m2 equal to -1. So from there I got one equation a and b, which is this point. And second thing which I can use is this point a comma b will lie on this line, because a comma b is the point of intersection of both lines. So a comma b will also lie on this line. So second equation I will get from here 3a minus 4b equal to 16. So one equation, second equation. From there I will get the values of a and b to be 68 by 25 and minus 49 by 25. सिंपल. तो मैंने क्या यूज किया, बेसिकली मैंने बोला अगर आपको वो वाला फॉर्मूला याद है देन तो यू कैन इजीली डू इट यूजिंग द फॉर्मूला दैट वाज लाइक y minus y1 upon a upon b is equal to x minus x1 upon b equals minus ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a square plus b square. If you remember that formula, you can easily do it using that formula. But if you don't remember it, you can also use this method in which you know the slope of this line. You can write it in the form of y equal to mx plus c. From there, you can get the slope. Then you can use m1, m2 equal to minus 1. You will get m2. And that m2 is nothing but y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So let this point to be a comma b. So b minus 3 upon a plus 1. That is equal to m2. From there, you will get one equation. And second equation you will get in a and b, since a and b lies on this line only, because a comma b is the point of intersection of two lines. So you can satisfy a comma b on this line. From there you will get second equation. So two equation, two variable can be easily solved for a and b if you forget the formula. But if you remember the formula, this whole thing you can ignore and you can do it fastly. So formulas are just to do your question fast, nothing else. So I hope you got it. Moving on to next question. In this question, they are saying what? Three lines x plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0, x plus 2y minus 7 equal to 0, and 2x minus y minus 4 equal to 0. This line, this line, and this line, three lines are given to me. Form three sides of two squares. These are two squares, which means this length is equal to this length is equal to this length. Okay? And this length is also equal to this length is also equal to this length. मतलब basically सारी लेंथ्स बराबर है यहाँ पे क्योंकि दो स्क्वायर है. स्क्वायर में each and every length is equal. So basically all these lengths are equal. So since all these lengths are equal, so you have been given the equation between two lines, and there is a formula of distance between two parallel lines, which is equal to uh, c1 mod of c1 minus c2. Here it would be 3 minus minus 7 is equal to 7 plus 3 upon root of a square plus b square. ये उस स्लाइड्स में नहीं लिखा हुआ था तो मैं लिख देता हूँ. Distance between two parallel lines is c1 minus c2 upon root of a square प्लस बी स्क्वायर. ठीक है, तो ये होता है मेरा डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइंस का फॉर्मूला, क्योंकि पैरेलल लाइंस में a1 a2 और b1 b2 तो सेम रहते हैं. सो दिस इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइंस. तो डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइंस में कोई डिस्टेंस मिल गया, and this distance is each and every distance because these are two squares only. So solving for it, I will get the distance between two parallel lines is 2 root 5. तो मेरे को 2 root 5 मिल गया डिस्टेंस. अब मेरे को क्या पता है, मेरे को ये वाली साइड की क्वेश्चन पता है. I know the equation of this side and I know the equation of this side. And what I need to calculate, I need to calculate remaining sides की equation मेरे को निकालनी है. तो मेरे को पता है कि ये एंगल होगा 90 डिग्री. ठीक है, so from there I will get this equation. How? Y minus, मतलब मैं ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ, मेरे को पता है कि m1 m2 इक्वल टू -1 होता है, and I know m1 is nothing but from here I'm getting m1 to be equal to minus half. So m2 would be 2. So मेरे को स्लोप पता है बेसिकली, तो मैं स्लोप को यूज कर लूंगा y minus y1 अपॉन x minus x1 इक्वल टू 2. ओके, सो यहाँ से मुझे मिल जाएगा y minus y1 इक्वल टू 2 टाइम्स x minus 2x1, और ये मैं इसको इधर ले जाऊंगा. सो आई विल गेट y 2x minus y minus 2x1 प्लस y1 इक्वल टू 0. ठीक है, अब बस ये मेरा कोई कांस्टेंट होगा तो इसको मैंने k बोल दिया. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से मैं will got this equation 2x minus y plus k equal to 0. This is the equation for this line, this line, this line, and this line. I have to just find the value of k. And how will I find the value of k? I know that I will again use the distance between sides a and b, मतलब इन दोनों के बीच का distance. That is nothing but c1 minus c2. मतलब मैं बेसिकली इस वाली लाइन एंड ये वाली लाइन, इन ये दोनों भी पैरेलल लाइंस है, तो मैं इन दोनों के बीच में फॉर्मूला लगा रहा हूँ. सो दैट वुड बी के माइनस माइनस फोर, वन सेकेंड. Okay, so k minus minus 4, which is the c2. So c1 minus c2 upon a root of a square plus b square, where a square plus b square is 5. This thing is equal to 2 root 5. From there, I got the value of 2k's. So 2k's are my two equations. ठीक है. तो बेसिकली मेरे को क्या दिया हुआ था, मेरे को इसकी इक्वेशन दी गई थी, मेरे को इसकी इक्वेशन दी गई थी, और मेरे को इसकी इक्वेशन दी गई थी. ठीक है. तो ऐसा मुझे दिया हुआ था थ्री साइड्स ऑफ टू स्क्वायर्स. तो बेसिकली मेरे को ये वाली इक्वेशन और ये वाली इक्वेशन पता थी, वहां से मैंने रिमेनिंग इक्वेशंस निकाल ली. मैंने बस सिंपली क्या यूज किया यहाँ पे, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइंस का फॉर्मूला, एंड सेकंड थिंग आई यूज दिस पॉइंट्स लॉ फॉर्म. वहां से मैंने जनरल इक्वेशन निकाली. अब मेरे को पता है कि ये वाली लाइन और ये वाली लाइन तो सेम है, तो यहाँ से मुझे दो इक्वेशन मिल जाएगी. फ्रॉम देयर आई गॉट द टू इक्वेशंस, two variable. I usually solve for them one variable. So I use the mod thing. For mod, I will get two values of k. So I got two equations, which are my two sides of squares. Okay. Coming on to the next question, question number 12. Follow the straight lines 4x plus 3y minus 6 equal to 0 and 5x plus 12y plus 9 equal to 0. Find the bisector of obtuse angle between them. So I know equation of angle bisector. This thing is nothing but ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a1 square plus b1 square is equal to plus minus a2x plus b2y plus c2 upon root of a2 square plus b2 square. From there I got two equations. Why two equations? Because there is plus and minus. Now what I want the bisector of acute angle. So how would I know that it is acute angle or obtuse angle? So I will just, these are my two lines, these are my two angle bisector equations. I will just calculate the angle between these two lines. I will just calculate the angle between these two lines, my original two lines. Calculating the angle between these two lines, I am getting it to be equal to 11 by 3, which is greater than 1. And I know that if my tan theta is greater than 1, so my angle is already obtuse, because tan theta greater than 1 means theta is greater than 48 degree. So theta is greater than 48 degree. So from there I got my obtuse angle equation and acute angle equation. One is obtuse, one is acute. And how would I know that? I will calculate the value of tan theta, since tan theta is coming out to be greater than equal to 1. So obtuse angle value equation is this, and acute angle value is this. And what I want is the bisector of angle which contains point 1 comma 2. So point 1 comma 2, point 1 comma 2 is, so point 1 comma 2 कैसे होगा मेरा, point 1 comma 2 में कैसे निकलेगा. So point 1 comma 2 कैसे निकलेगा, I will put point 1 comma 2 in both the equations. So this one is my first equation, this one is my second equation. So I put the point 1 comma 2 in both the equations. So point 1 comma 2 को मैंने दोनों क्वेश्चन में डाला. एक इक्वेशन मेरे को ये दी हुई थी, एक इक्वेशन मुझे ये दी हुई थी, एक इक्वेशन मुझे ये दी हुई थी. मैंने पॉइंट 1 comma 2 को दोनों क्वेश्चन में यहाँ पे डाला. तो आई विल गेट बोथ आई एम गेटिंग टू बी ग्रेटर देन 0. मेरे को दोनों ग्रेटर देन 0 मिल रहा है. तो अब मेरे को वॉल इक्वेशन बताना है, मेरे को वॉल एंगल बाइसेक्टर बताना है जहाँ पे मेरा पॉइंट 1 comma 2 है. तो वो मैं कैसे निकालता हूँ, दैट आई कैलकुलेट यूजिंग पॉजिटिव 1. So please remember this thing. I will put that point in both my general equations. If I will get greater than 0, so I will take positive 1. And if I am getting even 1 less than 0, then I will take negative 1. So this is one concept. Please remember it. For the point, what will I do? I will put the point in both of my equations, in equation 1 and equation 2. And I will see if I am getting both greater than 0 and both less than 0. That is, if I am getting both greater than 0 or both less than 0, then I will use positive sign. And if I'm getting one greater than 0 and one less than 0, this one or this one, in this case I will use negative sign. So this is one concept, please remember it. I'm telling you again and again. If you are getting both the signs as same, both positive or both negative, we will use positive sign. And if I will get one sign is positive and one sign is negative, then I will use negative sign to define my equation. Since I'm here, I'm getting both signs to be positive, so I'm getting my angle bisector equation as positive one, which is 9x minus 7y minus 41 equal to 0. Cool. Moving ahead, find the value of lambda if 2x square plus okay, this is a question from pair of straight lines. So पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस का ये क्वेश्चन है, तो इसमें क्या होता है, ये मैं बताता हूँ आपको. तो पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस में क्या होता है, जो पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस जनरल इक्वेशन होती है वो इस टाइप की होती है. मतलब ये यहाँ पे नहीं जाएगा, बट आ गया तो मैं लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट. ए एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस टू एच एक्स वाई प्लस बी वाई स्क्वायर प्लस टू जी एक्स प्लस टू वाई प्लस इक्वल टू जीरो. ये मेरी जनरल इक्वेशन होती है किसी भी कर्व की. मतलब मैं कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री में पढ़ता हूँ. दिस इज द जनरल इक्वेशन फॉर एनी कर्व, बी इट पैराबोला, बी इट स्ट्रेट लाइन, बी इट पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस, बी इट एनीथिंग. बट अगर ये इक्वेशन को स्ट्रेट लाइन, पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइन की इक्वेशन होना है, तो उसके लिए डिस्क्रिमिनेंट को जीरो होना पड़ता है. डिस्क्रिमिनेंट का जो होता है डिस्क्रिमिनेंट, वो होता है ए बी सी प्लस टू एफ जी एच माइनस ए एफ स्क्वायर माइनस बी जी स्क्वायर माइनस सी एच स्क्वायर. अगर ये डिस्क्रिमिनेंट की वैल्यू जीरो आती है, then तो I can say that this equation is the equation of my pair of straight line, otherwise it is not. So this is my general equation. Here A is 2, H is 7 by 2, B is 3, G is 4, F is 7, and lambda is equal to C. So I will use this equation ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square equals 0. So I will put the values of each and everything from there. I will put it equal to 0 and I will get my value of lambda to be equal to 8. ठीक है. तो ये जनरल इक्वेशन होती है मेरी किसी भी कर्व की. इस कर्व में अगर डिस्क्रिमिनेंट जीरो होता है, ABC डिस्क्रिमिनेंट इज नथिंग बट वो इस टाइप का होता है, A B C F G H F G H. इस टाइप में डिस्क्रिमिनेंट होता है. अगर ये डिस्क्रिमिनेंट ए बी सी प्लस टू एफ जी एच माइनस एफ स्क्वायर माइनस बी जी स्क्वायर माइनस एच स्क्वायर अगर ये जीरो है, तब तो आई कैन से दैट दिस इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ माय स्ट्रेट लाइन, पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइन. अदरवाइज इज नॉट द इक्वेशन ऑफ पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस. ठीक है. सो वही चीज मैंने यहाँ पे रखा, वही चीज मैंने यहाँ पे रखी, और वहां से मेरे को लैम्डा की वैल्यू मिल गई 8, विच इज माय फाइनल आंसर. ठीक है. ओके, तो यहाँ पे मेरा ये चैप्टर खत्म होता है. बस इसमें दो तीन चीजें मैं आपको एक्स्ट्रा बताना चाहता हूँ जो मैंने यहाँ पे नहीं लिखी थी. पहली चीज तो ये वाली कि अगर मेरे को एंगल बाइसेक्टर देखना है, तो मैं कैसे देखूंगा. वो देखने के लिए मेरे को ये करना पड़ेगा कि अगर दोनों एंगल पॉजिटिव है या दोनों एंगल नेगेटिव है, तो मैं पॉजिटिव साइन यूज करूंगा, अदरवाइज आई विल यूज नेगेटिव साइन. और एक दूसरी चीज जो स्लाइड्स में लिखी हुई थी, दूसरी चीज जो स्लाइड्स में लिखी हुई थी वो ये है कि डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइंस इज नथिंग बट मॉड ऑफ C1 माइनस C2 अपॉन रूट ऑफ ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर. ठीक है. और क्या चीज थी, हाँ, लाइन की कॉन्करेंसी के लिए अगर 3 पॉइंट देने हैं, तो आपको बस स्लोप बराबर करना है. दिस स्लोप इज इक्वल टू दिस स्लोप, बिकॉज लाइन मतलब तीनों पॉइंट्स कोलिनियर तभी होंगे जब वो सेम लाइन पर लाई करेंगे. तो एक एक्स्ट्रा ये कॉन्सेप्ट था. ठीक है. बाकी डिस्क्रिमिनेंट को जीरो करके आपको पेयर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस की इक्वेशन मिलती है. दैट वाज समथिंग. एंड that angle bisector thing and that thing, the point of the section of two perpendicular lines. अगर आपको वाले फॉर्मूले याद है, then तो you can usually use those formulas, but if you don't remember them, then you have to use your brain and use those concepts to get to a final answer. So better is you remember those formulas so that you can do each and every question very fast in the paper. Otherwise, you have to think for them also. So please do that thing because that is important. Otherwise, you might face trouble in the final paper. ठीक है. So this is an easy chapter, of course. From coordinate geometry, straight lines is the very easy chapter among all the other chapters. So if you have to master this chapter because the concept of this chapter are very frankly used in each and every chapter. Because when you will go ahead, you will have to face questions in which they will mix parabola with straight line, hyperbola with straight line, parabola, hyperbola, and straight line. They will mix each and every curve and will ask you to get to the final answer. So the concept of these chapters like distance between two lines, the perpendicular distance formula, all these are used in each and every further coming chapter. So this is very important chapter. So please, I'm stating it again and again. Please remember the concepts of this chapter because those are very important for upcoming chapters also. Okay. So at this note, we are gonna end this session. Thank you.